Boundaries are to be enforced, not stated. A lot of people have difficulty enforcing boundaries. Stating your boundaries, having tantrums, crying and whining about the same thing over and over while accepting the same behavior is not setting a boundary. Today, I'm giving you 3 rules to take the mystery out of what you need to establish firm boundaries. But quickly, I am Coach Latasha. I empower survivors of domestic abuse and sex trauma by teaching survivors how to get out of survival mode and step into your self-revival mode. First thing you must do with establishing a boundary is you must be honest about your feelings. You will not be establishing anything if you don't know what you feel. If you're not honoring that feeling that feels like your heart is dropping when someone has disrespected you, when something is disappointing, has disturbed you. When you push that down, when you choose not to acknowledge that to make someone else happy, you're dishonoring yourself. You must first be honest about your feelings, your non-negotiables, what your triggers are, so that you could communicate with someone who wants to understand you. It's important to honor your feelings as we grow, as we heal, to know what needs balance in our lives. Be honest with your feelings. Next, hold yourself accountable. Find a system, find something that works for you where you can hold yourself accountable. What do I mean? For instance, I'm gonna share with you what I do, how I hold myself accountable in times where I'm challenged, my boundaries are challenged. And I always look at it as a test. I always look at it as a test to grow, a test to stand up for myself, a test of courage. So when I'm feeling challenged, when I'm feeling disrespected, triggered, when I feel like something needs correction, but maybe I want to make myself small, or I feel like this person may be bigger than me, or I feel like I may have something to lose. In those moments, I have an affirmation that I tell myself to instantly snap myself out of it and do what it is that I need to do. And I say, if I don't stand up for myself in this moment, I'm agreeing to the disrespect. Now, I'm a person, I've been through a whole lot in my life. Agreeing to disrespect, I can't do that. Once I really sit and understand what it is that I allow, what it is that I teach that person by not saying anything, I force myself, I come up in my mind a way to communicate. And it doesn't have to be with aggression, a way to calmly communicate what I feel and stand on it. Last, this is very important, and this is the hard part. And if you are able to do this last thing, you will become unbreakable and people can't stand it. And that thing is being able to anticipate and be okay with the fact that you will be rejected. You will be rejected. Let the games begin. The petty Olympics will begin with those people who are not able to honor your boundaries, with those people who benefited more from the old version of you than the new version that you're growing into. You have to know that people are going to say things like, you think you all that, you acting brand new, that they're going to try to smear your name and say things about you to control the narrative, to avoid taking accountability for their part, for their lack in the relationship. You must be grown enough to know and be able to carry on and know that. You can't care about what anyone thinks. At the end of the day, you are worried about you, the roof over your head, your lights, your life, building a foundation for you, your family. It's about building worthy connections and relationships with people. And if they're not worth it, if they're not on the same team, if we're not working towards a goal, what are we doing? Be blessed, family.